would you make honey from nothing?
You wouldn't.
I mean, it has to come from something?
It has to come from something.
Where's the honey come from?
Bees.
Okay, how would you make a bee from nothing?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
But that's what you're telling me with atheism, that the bee came from nothing.
Well, the bee evolved from something, right?
So evolved from something? Who made the something?
I have no idea.
So something made the something?
Not necessarily. I mean,
It was nothing that made the something.
probably, I don't know. Ice Age?
Okay, I'll make it easy for you. I want you to make some honey. You're not allowed bees, okay? Just start from nothing and make some honey.
Okay, I don't
Think
know.
you can do it?
No.
You couldn't make milk or honey?
I don't think I could.
So you're saying someone more intelligent than you must have made the milk and the honey.
I think an animal probably make the milk and the honey.
Someone's got to make the animal. You can make the milk and honey. What's that?
Made themselves.
Animals made themselves? So animals are cleverer than you. Can you make a cow? Is this making sense to you?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I think it all evolved eventually.
From what?
Back from the dinosaurs.
Where the dinosaurs come? Who made the dinosaurs?
I don't know, Big Bang Theory?
So who made the material for the Big Bang? You've got to have material for a bang.
Nah, I don't know, it just came.
From where?
Who knows?
Gases. In space.
Who made the gases?
Man, you're confusing. I don't know.
Can you make a bee? So if you can make a bee, you can make the honey. If you can make a cow, you can make the milk.
I don't find your logic compelling.
It's sensible, though. If you're an intelligent being and you can't make a cow or a bee that can make milk and honey, obviously someone more intelligent than you created the cow and the bee. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. I don't think there's like a logical correlation between those two steps.
What do you think is making sense? What I just said?
I mean, it makes sense. Nature created these animals.
Nature, evolution made itself. Do you believe that nothing created everything? It's a hard one, isn't it?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there ever was nothing. Let's put it that way.
So something created everything.
Something.
So now you're not an atheist.
Okay.
You're an agnostic. You just don't know what created everything.
Okay, fine. Okay, that helps.
You know that couple I was talking to, the sweet couple?
Love them.
Yeah, I love them. They made me look short, but they were both on roller skates, believe it or not. So that's why they look so big. But they were so reasonable. They were reasonable atheists. They were prepared to be honest, and they ended up saying, the guy said, look, I've never heard any of this stuff before. It was just great.
And it didn't show it there, but it started off, they were very adamantly against Christianity.
Yes.
That whole interview is found in season 3 of the TV show, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, great couple.
Hey, Ray, I wanted to ask you, though. All right, so there's this analogy that you use on a regular basis. It's out there. Which came first? Analogy.
The blood vessels, or the heart.
Right.
Now, it's not my own. I heard it somewhere, but
Okay.
it really is challenging. So you've got to ask yourself, if you're an atheist, there is 1.4 million different kinds of animals out there. There's animals, insects, fish, and birds. And each of them have got hearts and blood vessels and etc. So ask yourself, which came first, the heart, the blood vessels, or the blood? If the heart came first, why did the heart evolve when there was no blood? Makes no sense.
Right.
If the blood came first, how did it get around without blood vessels? Nothing to pump it. If the blood vessels came first, why did they evolve when there was no blood or heart to pump any blood through the blood vessels? So the only way you can reconcile this whole thing is to say it happened instantaneously.
Right.
God created everything with heart, blood, and blood vessels, almost just like Genesis says.
Wow. Richard Dawkins, he said in his 2004 book, The Ancestor's Tale, he said the fact that life evolved out of nearly nothing some 10 billion years after the universe evolved literally out of nothing is a fact so staggering that I would be mad to attempt words to do it justice. Okay, wait a minute. Wait for it. Robert A.J. Matthews of Ashton University in England. He demonstrates his brilliance here in that he says, it is now becoming clear that everything can and probably did come from nothing. Mm-hmm. What is clear about it? I'm still not getting it. I'm still wanting, and even as you talk to atheists, they want to hold on to something. They want to have an answer to this question because it's a spill-proof question for us.
Right.
So what is a response? There is nothing out there. Paul Davies, the American physicist of Arizona State University, he said, even if we don't have a precise idea of exactly what took place at the beginning, We can at least see that the origin of the universe from nothing need not be unlawful or unnatural or unscientific. He's saying that it's not unlawful for something to come from nothing.
Yeah.
It's not unscientific for something to come from nothing. It's not irrational either. I mean, so
makes no sense.
It does.
You know, we're going to look a little deeper into this in the sense that Richard Dawkins is so popular in America, and there's a reason for it. He's got literally hundreds of thousands of people eating out his hand or sitting at his feet listening to every word that he says. And it's not the fact of evolution that makes him so popular, it's the implications that come from it. If evolution is true, there's no God, there's no heaven, there's no hell, there's no moral absolutes. That means anything goes. Pornography goes, homosexuality goes, pedophilia goes. You can do anything you want. You can watch pornography and there's no guilt because there's no right nor wrong. So he is a... Hugh Hefner was the John the Baptist for Richard Dawkins. He prepared the way with his pornography and making it acceptable. And what Richard Dawkins does is he comes in as the savior from moral restraint. He says, you don't have to restrain. Anything goes. That's why Dawkins is so popular, is because of the implications that come from evolution. That's why people are so zealous for it.
So people, truth be told, at bottom line, I mean, let's get rid of all the middleman here. It's atheists don't want God to exist.
No, definitely not.
That's it. Because they want to do whatever they want to do. They don't want anybody telling them how to live their lives. That's it. That is the answer, isn't it? And so you point that out when you are evangelizing. So when you're talking to an atheist or an evolutionist out on the street, how much time do you go through the